Oh boy. Okay. So, you guys may have seen my video like 6 months ago where I cleaned a pair of Jordan 1s. I actually have them right here. They're still holding up pretty well. I mean, I haven't like deep cleaned them like that in a while, but I will be deep cleaning a pair of shoes today. This time is not Jordan 1s, it's actually a pair of Jordan 2s. Technically the 2/3. And yes, again, my shoes don't normally look this bad. But I had to dirty them up a little bit, and then I just kind of lazily threw the laces in there. The laces, I pretty much only put them in there for the thumbnail. Otherwise, I would have just left them out. But, because we do have to take them out anyway. But I did already clean this pair of shoes. Here is what it looks like clean. But this one also wasn't as bad, so this will be a bit more of a challenge. This is what it looks like now. This is what we're going for. By the way, the yellow midsole, that's not going to go away because this is actually how they come with the yellow midsole. Jordan Brand does that quite a bit. But yeah, look how clean and crispy those laces are. See, in my last video, I didn't have like a definitive way of cleaning laces. And also another problem that I have with that video is I kind of just assume that everyone has shoe cleaner, which I understand now. A lot of people who aren't actually sneakerheads, they just kind of have really dirty shoes and they want to clean them. You know, you don't have shoe cleaner most likely. And actually, I think this method probably honestly works better than shoe cleaner. And believe it or not, it is a bar of soap. I don't think it matters, but I will show you which one I'm using. This Dove Men Care thing. Like I said, I don't think it matters. So yeah, let's get into it. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take these laces out. These very dirty laces. Real quick, I want to do another close-up on the laces themselves. Yeah, and these are white laces, so the goal is to make them white again. That usually works better, but with Jordan 2s it doesn't work as well. Okay, got the laces out. Next thing we're gonna do, I should have probably cleaned this water before the video, but you know, whatever. I've been cleaning shoelaces with this water for a little while, for like, yeah. So we're gonna put our laces in this water. So just get a normal cup of water and you're gonna have them soak, get nice and wet. Don't have to put soap or anything in it yet. That part will come later. Okay, so we're gonna get to the actual shoe, which is pretty dirty, as you can see. Pretty creased too. So what we're gonna do about those creases is pretty much the same thing I did in the last video. First of all, you're gonna take the insole out. You know, insole's a little dirty. Usually I don't clean the insole, but I'll do it today. And then you're going to get a bundle of socks. You're gonna stuff it, put it all the way to the toe box. Already looks a little bit better, but you can see it's a little puffed out. So you're gonna actually push it in a little bit. And there we go. I think that's a pretty good shape. Okay, and then, you know, you're gonna need a towel. Forgot about this. I have a towel, but that's what I'm using to do one of the parts of the actual cleaning. So you're gonna get a towel, and you're just gonna kind of stuff it in there to hold the tongue up, like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a brush, which, you know, also most likely you don't have a brush like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it because you could get it pretty cheap. So yeah. Okay, then you're gonna take your bar of soap and you're just gonna do this. Just like this, and rub the bar of soap. Also make sure the bar of soap you're using, you're not gonna use for anything else, because the soap itself will get pretty messed up and dirty. So yeah, I am actually going to lower the camera a little bit. Okay, so just kind of hold the shoe, and you know, like I said in the last video, make sure none of the material bleeds, but all of the actual blue and navy blue panels on the shoe aren't actually leather. This on the back is like a rubber plastic type of thing. So if you know that your shoe does not bleed, you're just gonna kind of go crazy on it. That sounds weird. Anyways, if the material does bleed, you're gonna want to go by section. So like, I guess on a Jordan 2 model, you would go like, you know, here, then here, you know, midsole, all that. Since this doesn't bleed, you're just gonna scrub it like this. And I noticed that with the laces being dirty, the eye stays also get pretty dirty. That's another good thing about putting the socks in the toe box before you clean it, is it provides, like, you know, support while you're scrubbing. So then we're just kind of get the brush wet a little bit more every now and then. And you're just gonna scrub the entire shoe. Very good. And then you're gonna take the tongue, you know, like hold the tongue in place, and then scrub that as well. I'm watching a live stream, by the way. I just have it muted. Scrub it pretty well. And you're gonna put your brush up for a second. You're gonna get a towel. A lot of people say you have to use like a microfiber towel or something. Really, it doesn't matter. Just use whatever towel you have access to. Okay. And the reason that we're not doing the sole yet, because actually you do want to do the, like, everything else first. Looking at it, there is some spots that I could do better on, like right there behind the actual eye stays. There's a little bit of dirt and stuff, and you know, I could do better there. But other than that, I think I did pretty well, you know, like, and honestly, like, as much. Sorry guys, we're back. I don't know what just happened. I guess I ran out of storage. But I got it figured out. Anyways, as I was saying, I know the Jordan 2 model gets a lot of hate. And I understand, because, like, you know, the model itself, like, forget leather quality, forget anything else. I mean, I don't know, it's not that bad. Okay, one problem oh crap, one problem I have with this specific model is this side. I don't like how this side looks on foot, you know, with this. Like, it looks good on the Jordan 3, but for some reason, this part right here doesn't look good on the 2s. But honestly, I don't think the 2s even really look that bad. You know, I feel like they get too much hate. But yeah. So, also, I am noticing I left some dirt right here, but I can get that up real quickly. Yeah, and also, like, these are already... And we are back yet again. Okay, it happened yet again. Okay, I'm gonna stop glazing this model. But basically, actually, real quick, I need to get to the only thing I was really trying to say, is that the leather quality on these is, like, very good. Like, I don't know why, but the leather quality is very good. I know they were, like, originally made from very expensive Italian leather or something, but I'm sure, like, that's not the case now, right? Like, that doesn't sound right. Especially considering nobody really likes them. I wouldn't think that Nike would still be making them from that leather. But, like, just look at that. You can't really see it on camera. But, like, this is nice leather. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is nice leather. Okay, anyways. I feel like we're done with that cleaning part. Oh. Next part is the outsole and midsole, you know, all of that. So let's get the brush wet yet again, and let's scrub. Make sure that we're scrubbing everything. This is the, like, a lot of people don't clean the outsoles. I didn't used to, but I feel like now if you're cleaning the rest of the shoe, you might as well. Okay. The outsoles I'm not gonna focus on too much because, you know, they are just gonna get dirty again anyway. I think I did pretty decently. This is what the other one looks like. This one's definitely a little bit worse. But, you know, I think they're pretty even. Also, look at this UNC blue. This is nice. Like, I wish they would have... well, I really like the UNC Reimagined ones that came out in May. Like, here. I'll be right back. Here they are. Here they are. Here's the difference between the color. You see that? Seems like I'm getting a lot of interruptions, but my mom was calling me. Yeah. But, like, look at the difference in the color. Do you see that? It's definitely a lot less prominent on camera, but there's definitely a difference, you know. And I feel like this color of UNC blue is a little bit more versatile. Like, I'm not gonna say it's better, because this one's definitely really nice. Like, they both are great in their own ways, but this type of blue is definitely more versatile because, like, the other blue is so hard to match. Like, this is just baby blue pretty much. This is like its own special color. Anyways, yeah, we've pretty much cleaned the entire shoe. I didn't even notice there was soap getting gunked up in the air units. Or the air unit, I guess. There we go. That's better. Okay, so now that we're done with that, let's move on to the laces. Okay, so we got the laces here. we need that bar of soap. Again, I'm gonna take this to the sink so that like it can be nice and clean. Also, don't mind that I don't have a door. It's getting replaced. I don't know how to get through here. Okay. So, going to take the laces out. I'm going to make sure that they are nice and wet. Come on, bro. And then you're going to take your bar of soap. You're going to like rub it together. Then, like without the bar of soap, you're gonna just kind of like you're washing your hands, but with the shoelaces there. Make sure they don't get tied up too much. And you're gonna rinse them off. Okay. Wait, I don't know why I grabbed that towel. I already have one. Okay, I'm gonna grab the other stuff for now. Okay. We're back in the room. Now, what you're gonna do is you're going to make sure that everything, like there's no knots or anything, get any knots that are there out. You're gonna take a towel, open it up, put the shoelaces in your hand in the towel, and then just do this. You can let them like air dry by like hanging them up, but like I find this more efficient. I let them air dry in my last video just by, you know, hanging them up on a hanger rack. So, you know, that works too. But this does not take long at all. Like just that much and they're already pretty much dry. We're gonna do one more little okay. There we go. Next, we are going to combine the elements. Combine the shoe and the laces, I mean. So, I mean, obviously, you can lace them however you want to. But I'm going to show y'all how I like to lace them. So you're going to make sure you got your bar, and then you're going to line it up, and then just pull. And then it should be pretty much even. You're just going to do this number. I don't like doing this on pretty much any other model. This is specifically for the Jordan 2 that I like doing this specific type of loose lace. As you can see, this is what I do with the Jordan 1. I go over, not under. But with the Jordan 2, I like to go under. I feel like it looks better. at least on the Jordan 2. I feel like something about the ISDAs just kind of make it look better that way. Okay, here we go. We're almost finished. I am providing a free lace tutorial in here, by the way. So yeah, I did not have to do that. Then you're just gonna go one more. You're gonna lace it to about, almost the bottom of the midsole. Same way on this side, and then you're going to make sure that the laces are even, and you're going to, of course, loosen it up. It's kind of a more rough lace than I usually would do. There we go. Gotta make sure it's even. So yeah, that's what it looks like with the laces. I would argue that I even did better this time than I did with the other shoe. Actually, it's not fair if I leave this in here, because obviously it's going to stay uncreased. But you'll see that since I left it in there the whole time while I was cleaning, it keeps its shape. Now here is a quick reminder. This is what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. Yeah, also, I just realized I completely forgot about the insole. But, yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. This insole isn't really even that dirty. But just act like this is this brush with soap all over it and stuff. You're gonna scrub all over, take your towel, wipe it off, do all the things, let it dry. Then you're just gonna put it right back in the shoe. Make it line up and everything. And yeah. There we go. That's what the final result looks like. Let's get the full all around, the tongue, the laces. I feel like the laces are probably the most impressive part, because the laces are the easiest to actually get dirty, I feel like, anyway. They're the hardest to clean too, but with my bar of soap method, it's pretty much just easy as washing your hands normally. It's kind of pretty much the same thing. The creases are gone, but I feel like also, this is what, it hasn't really creased any differently, but you can see the creases are still definitely there from that last video whenever I creased them up real bad. So I feel like the creases being gone is more due to the, higher quality leather on the Jordan 2. So, yeah. There you have it. Let's what it looks like. Here is the difference. I feel like I did pretty good. Anyways, guys, of course, that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. I will probably also, oh crap, I will also probably be doing a more in-depth review of the Jordan 2, you know, later on. I might even throw in some different laces in there and everything, you know. So yeah, this was just a kind of brief explanation on how to clean them, you know. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.